Welcome to Alignment Adventures. This is a podcast where we explore what it means to live a fulfilling, aligning, and present life. I'm your host, Linda Tanner, and I am so grateful that you are here. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to another episode of Alignment Adventures. I'm so excited to bring you another internal guidance session to you today. This is the last one for a bit, at least. So I think in this time and space, we might have more later. But I really hope you guys have been enjoying these and found these so enlightening and just are curious about connecting to your own internal guidance, whether it's through a one-on-one session or through many of the different modalities I have, or just connecting to it on your own. Every single one of us has an intuition or an internal guidance, and it's just a matter of slowing down, breathing, going within your body, and connecting to receive that deep wisdom and that love. Our internal guidance loves us so much. I talked about that on the last episode I had with an internal guidance session. It's just so beautiful and just life-changing. It really is life-changing. I mean that with all my heart, to tap into this energy. So today we have Danielle with us. So thank you, Danielle, for being another volunteer. And again, volunteering to share this on the podcast. Like I said, sometimes personal stuff comes up and we don't share everything from their session on here. And I cut out a lot of the empty space, a lot of the breathing to make it more concise for you. I just think it's so useful to hear what wisdom comes through in these sessions. So today with Danielle, we focus a lot on career and abundance, which I know can be a hot topic for a lot of people, myself included. So it's just so interesting to hear the internal guidance's perspective on those topics. You also get to see what happens when she doesn't hear anything. I know that's also a common concern, like, can I even tap into this voice? Will I be able to hear anything? And sometimes you don't hear anything, and I explain all that at the beginning of the session, but you can see what happens when she doesn't hear anything. We just breathe and listen, and I ask different questions. Sometimes there's a block that doesn't allow you to hear your internal guidance, or I just need to ask a different question or from a different perspective. But just interesting seeing how we approach those scenarios. We have more emotional releasing in this episode, which is such a beautiful and freeing and enlightening process. You just feel so light and airy, like you could literally fly after releasing some emotional weight. It is so, so beautiful. And then, of course, her internal guidance gives her tangible, actionable next steps. And I was just talking to Danielle. She said that even a few days after, she still felt this energy, and days after, she was still integrating this information. So even though it's just an hour session, it really has a lasting effect. And again, once you do this in a one-on-one session, that can really help you bridge that connection. You can do this on your own, which is so beautiful. And like I said before, not only does your internal guidance give you such deep love and actionable steps, it's just connecting to this energy is so powerful. Literally so powerful. I don't have words, and I struggle to describe it at the beginning of these episodes because I just don't have words to describe this process and the power of this work. And another thing I want to mention too is your internal guidance lives in the present moment. It is not a fortune teller. It is telling you what is right for you, or what is true for you, what aligns with you in this present moment. So if it says something about moving, which it did in this episode, or about changing careers, that's what's right now in this present moment, which is all we ever have, right? The past is the illusion. The future doesn't exist until it gets here. So it's always living in the present moment. So just take that into consideration as you hear things from your internal guidance. You always have free will. Just because your internal guidance tells you to do something doesn't mean you have to take those steps. So just an interesting way to look at it. I know from personal experience, when I do take action from my internal guidance, pure magic and synchronicities and abundance and love and connection flows. Sometimes it's scary, sometimes it's unknown, but it's truly magical what happens when you listen and then follow the advice from your internal guidance. So with all that being said, let's get into this session. I know you guys are going to love this one. Internal guidance. Is there anything you want Danielle to know in this present moment? Just breathing and listening.
Trust and surrender.
Beautiful. Internal guidance. Is Danielle trusting and surrendering in this present moment?
Yes.
Would you like her to go even deeper into her trust and surrendering?
Yes.
How can she do that?
Focus on the breath.
The power of the breath. Internal guidance. Why is the breath so powerful?
Life force energy.
When should she focus on her breath?
Always.
Always. 24/7? Especially when she worries about the future or what she should do next. Should she tune into her breath?
Yes.
Internal guidance. What would you like to tell Danielle about her career?
Trust.
Mm-hmm.
Bravery.
Mm-hmm.
Magic.
Mm-hmm. Internal guidance. Who does Danielle need to trust?
The body.
Does the body tell her when something is right or wrong for her?
Yes.
Internal guidance. How so? How can she feel into the body?
Get out of the mind. Trust. Feel.
It can be really hard to get out of the mind, internal guidance, especially in her day to day. Is there anything she can do specifically to connect with you more often?
Earthing.
Mm,
Grounding. Yoga. More yoga.
yes. Internal guidance. You mentioned magic for Danielle. Is that kind of a hint into maybe the next step she should take? Focusing on that breath, if any mind stories come back in, exhaling them away. Internal guidance. Is there anything Danielle needs to release for her next steps in her career?
Fear.
When you said that, could you feel it in your body?
Yes.
Where?
Shoulders.
Okay, what does it feel like? Like, what's the weight, the shape, the color, anything specific?
There's an energy.
Does
It's
it feel
holding me back.
like a backpack or like a strap or something on your shoulder?
Yeah.
Mm,
Like shoulder pads almost.
mm. Right, internal guidance, we're going to rely on you to help us go into that shoulder pad feeling on her shoulders, that fear, that weight she's been carrying around. And we're going to allow her to feel it fully.
It's like an armor.
Internal guidance, is it safe to go into that armor?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to continue breathing and we're going to feel that armor on Danielle's shoulders and her back or wherever else she feels it, that weight that she got somewhere along the line, but it's coming up in this time and space because it's safe to be released. So as you go into that feeling, that armor, that weight, do anything that you feel intuitively nudged to do to release it, whether it's moving or crying or sneezing or laughing or whatever it may be, or maybe it's just breathing, but go in and just allow yourself to feel that fear, that weight on your shoulders. In internal guidance, you're going to lead Danielle through this. Guide her through any movement, maybe it's a yoga pose or whatever it may be, to release that feeling in her shoulders. Still breathing. Focusing the breath that we are taking into this area, all of our attention and awareness is going into that fear, that place that we didn't necessarily want to go before, but it is safe and it is allowed to be released in this moment. Keep going as much as you can. Bring all your awareness and attention to that fear. It only takes just a small amount of time to fully feel it as it starts to get less and less and less. Internal guidance, is there anything else that fear wants to say in this moment? Or how does it feel now? Does it feel a little bit less? Not as heavy?
Lighter.
Can we keep going, internal guidance?
Yes.
Okay, keep going into that feeling. Keep breathing. Keep feeling. Keep doing whatever you need to do in this moment. There's no judgment for the mind, from my mind, from my internal guidance. Feel that fear. It's just a color on the spectrum. It's just weather that comes in and out. It's not permanent. It's not who we are. We just pick it up along the way and we let it get stuck in our bodies, but that's okay. It comes up and we can feel it and let it be transmuted. Internal guidance. How do the shoulders feel now? Does Danielle still feel that heaviness on her shoulders, or is it lighter, completely gone now?
Tense. It's tense.
It's tense. Internal guidance. What does Danielle need to know about this tense feeling? What do you want her to know? Is it safe to feel this tenseness right now, internal guidance?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you allow her to feel it? Can the mind allow her to feel it? Does she need to carry this tenseness around anymore?
No.
No. How could she release it?
Feel it fully.
Yeah. Can you allow her to feel it in this moment? The internal guidance only brings up what is safe and allowed to be released in this moment. It's scary looking in those dark, shadowy parts, those heavy parts, those tense parts, but it's coming up to be released. And it's not who we are. We are not that tenseness or heaviness. It's just something we've collected along the way. And we can fully feel it in this moment. Keep breathing into that feeling. Allowing anything that needs to come up, come up. Really exhaling if the mind's trying to come back in at any point. Internal guidance, how does that tenseness, that heaviness feel in the shoulders now?
Lighter.
Okay. Is there any more we need to release, or is that good for now?
Good.
Internal guidance, does Danielle need to worry or be fearful or strive when thinking about the next steps in her career?
No.
Does she just need to breathe and do yoga and go put her feet on the earth?
Yes.
That's it?
Take the course.
Ooh. What course does she need to take, internal guidance? Is there a specific one she's been looking at?
Yes.
Beautiful. What a practical next step, internal guidance. Why should Danielle take this course?
I'm like feeling this like strong, strong ball of energy in my gut.
Mm.
Like, yeah.
Internal guidance. What is this strong energy in Danielle right now? What does it feel like? Is it her creative life force energy coming through, or is this something she needs to release? Internal guidance.
It's creation.
Ah, beautiful. What a glorious feeling and energy to tap into. Is it from this energy that Danielle's going to know what to do next and create her next steps in her career?
Yes. Don't give in.
What does that mean, internal guidance?
Don't settle.
Mm.
It's safe, but there's bigger waiting.
Internal guidance, it can be so scary for the minds and for the humans to jump into that unknown. But what advice do you have for Danielle? Beautiful job not saying anything when you don't hear anything. Breathing.
Go where the alignment is.
Internal guidance, what about abundance? Is that something Danielle needs to worry about as she transitions from a career with a salary into a business that's more unknown? What do you want her to know about her abundance?
It's an energy.
Does she already have that energy within her?
Working on it.
What can Danielle do to really be aligned with that energy of abundance?
Release.
Release what?
Patterns.
Are there any specific patterns you want to tell Danielle about right now that she can release? Keep breathing. Is there any tightness or heaviness coming up right now?
Yes.
Or is it resting? Is it still in the shoulders or chest? Okay. Let's go into that heaviness in the chest. What does it feel like right now? If you could give it a weight or size.
It's like a block. It's trying to come up through a round throat, essentially.
Internal guidance. Let's go into that block in her throat. Bringing all of our attention and our awareness. Allowing it to be felt and allowing it to tell us anything we need to know in this moment. Like why it's there, why we don't need it anymore, how it's not a part of Danielle. It's just something that got stuck. It needs to be felt. Fully feel that block in your throat. Do anything you need to in this moment to clear that energetic block in your throat. Internal guidance, you are guiding Danielle through this. We're breathing, we're feeling, we're allowing. Internal guidance, how does that block in the throat feel now?
Smaller.
Can we, clear it out if you need to. Whatever you need to. Get water, cough, sneeze, whatever. Let it out. Internal guidance, can we juice it like an orange? Keep feeling it until it's all the way gone. How does the throat feel now?
Good. Lighter.
What does Danielle need to know about her throat? Maybe her throat chakra or anything with her voice in terms of her next step.
Stop holding back.
Yeah. Can she hold back sometimes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. With her message and her voice and what she has to say.
Yes.
Yeah. Clear anything out you need to. Is it safe for Danielle to share what is truly on her heart with the world?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that connected to her abundance?
Yes.
Can you just allow Danielle to feel that hug of security that you are giving her? That it is safe to share a message. It is safe to be who she needs to be and share what she needs to share. Those things on her heart are coming to her for a reason. Can you just allow her to feel that for a moment? Internal guidance, is there anything specific you want Danielle to know about her message and her purpose or her dharma?
In order for the magic to work, you have to be vulnerable.
Internal guidance. Why do we have to be vulnerable for the magic to come through? It's scary to be vulnerable. We feel unprotected. We don't like that. Our minds don't like it. But why is it so important, internal guidance?
The best life is waiting on the other side.
Mm. What kind of life is on the other side?
Creation, outside, in tune, abundance,
Mm.
insane amounts of bliss.
Sounds
Be
amazing.
aligned to your highest self, to my highest self.
Yeah, yeah. Internal guidance. What is Danielle's highest self?
I see myself walking outside, lots of greenery,
Mm.
not Arizona,
Mm.
doing my morning practice outside in nature,
Yeah,
getting to heal others,
yeah,
getting to show people how magical life can get,
yes.
empowering them, healing them.
Mm. That sounds magical. Internal guidance. Is Danielle already doing some of this? Is she already her highest self in many ways?
Yes, it's already within.
How can she embody that more? How can she fully take on her highest self?
Speak up,
Mm.
stand tall, take risks.
Yeah. It's okay and it's safe. She'll be okay when she takes the risks or speaks her mind.
Yes,
Yeah. No matter what.
yes.
Why is the mind so scared of speaking up or taking risks? Internal guidance.
It doesn't like the unknown.
Yeah. How do you see the unknown? Internal guidance. Do you like the unknown?
It can be fun.
Yeah. Is there magic in the unknown?
Yes.
Internal guidance. What does Danielle need to know about not being in Arizona? Was that just maybe a trip or is that something she needs to know about?
It's time to make the move.
Mm. Where to?
North Carolina.
Oh, beautiful. I love North
I'm also
Carolina.
saying that with like doubt. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Surprised that came through.
Ah, the North Carolina internal guidance. Why
Mountains,
that location? Oh, mountains. Yeah.
magic, space, lots of space.
Mm. Was
Season,
Dan- oh, go ahead. Mhm. Seasons.
which I'm surprised by because I love the heat.
Oh,
I don't do well in the cold.
yeah. Internal guidance. Did the desert serve its purpose?
Yes.
What does Danielle need to know about this next stage, this next iteration of herself?
Alignment. Alignment is there.
What does that mean to you? If you had to define it, internal guidance, not the mind, what does alignment mean to you?
Most magical life.
Mm. What is magic? Like we tend to think of it like fairies and wizards or whatever, but what is magic? What is the magic of this life?
Living to the fullest.
Mm. Does the mind stop us from doing that sometimes?
Yes.
Is that okay?
It's natural.
Yeah.
It's a practice.
It's okay if we fall out of alignment.
Yes.
What can we do in that moment when we fall out of alignment to get back in alignment?
Return to the breath.
Ah, it's always the breath, isn't it? Internal guidance.
I love this.
Yeah. Internal guidance. What else do you want Danielle to know about anything in terms of her career or abundance or next steps?
The money will appear
Always?
if you believe.
What does that mean, internal guidance?
You need to trust the frequency exchange.
Energy exchange.
Yes.
Internal guidance. Is there anything else you want Danielle to know? Maybe not just in terms of abundance, but her relationships or her health or anything else in her life. I'll just give you these last few moments to tell her anything else she needs to know.
I got this.
Always.
Always. Stop doubting. Step forward. Make magic. Connect to Mother Gaia. Live in the energy of abundance. Embody it.
How can Danielle embody the energy of abundance?
Tune in.
Tune into you, internal guidance?
Us.
Who's us?
We are one.
Yeah.
The guidance is always there. The inner knowing is always there.
Yeah.
We are divinely guided.
Is everyone divinely guided?
Yes.
So when Danielle feels doubt or fear or anything creeping in on this journey, she can just tune in, breathe, and feel that energy.
Yes.
Beautiful. Internal guidance, thank you so much for your wisdom today. Danielle, again, thank you so much for being brave enough to share all of this on the podcast. I know this can be so useful for so many people. I also encourage you to just listen back. And as I'm asking the questions, tune in and listen for your own answers. That's such a beautiful practice while you're listening to this. So I want to give you Danielle's feedback like I always do. Like I said in the beginning, a lot of the integration and how you're going to use this wisdom comes in days after the session. So I love to send a feedback form and hear their thoughts about the session a few days after they've had a chance to integrate all the wisdom that came through. So Danielle said, Lindsay has a gift. Well, thank you. Allowing others to drop into the body, quiet the mind, and let the inner self do the talking. My session was empowering and insightful. I learned so much and gained so much clarity on my direction towards my Dharma. Dharma is your soul's purpose. It's a Sanskrit word in case you don't know what that means. This session was transformative, and it was so vibrant to see the magic continue to happen afterwards. I felt more alive and in tune with my potential and power. I had more confidence in who I was and where I was going, and continue to feel it now. It is amazing what can happen when we turn off the mind and go inside. Highly recommend an internal guidance session with Lindsay. So thank you, Danielle. And I agree, there's so much power about going within. And we just forget that we can do that. We think everything is external. Our mind thinks that all of our solutions are external, but it's all within you. So as you guys know, there are many different ways you can connect to your internal guidance. I will leave links to all the ways in the description or the show notes, whichever platform you're listening to this on. I just encourage you to be curious. If you're curious about this work, just start setting aside some time to get quiet, breathe, tune into your body, and see what comes through. It's just a practice. And as you do this more and more, you will have a stronger and stronger connection. And if you are having trouble with that connection, that is what I am for. I'm the facilitator. I'm here to help you get into that space and ask questions. So please share this episode with anyone that you think needs to hear this practice, or anyone that you think could benefit from an internal guidance session. Please subscribe if you are new here. We have new episodes every week, 2 a week for this time and space. If it feels aligned, leave a review for the podcast. I haven't asked about that in a while, but that is something that really helps it grow and reach the people that need to hear this message. And of course, take care of yourself. Set some time aside for yourself. Gift yourself time and space. I always say that. All right, my love, sending you so much love, all the high vibes, all the gratitude, and I will see you in the next episode of Alignment Adventures.